So, a very warm welcome to everybody on the channel. You are joining us for the ESL Go For Company of Heroes 2 Cup number 6, the first in February. The map is going to be Langra Square for this battle between these two players. Spawning in the north, it's going to be the United Kingdom forces of eZZzZ, who I'm just going to call Easy because, man, what a name. And spawning in the south, it's going to be the Vermac forces of coL, HelpingHans, a fellow Brit like myself. And so I'm going to try and cast as unbiased as I can, you know, like... But, you know, HelpingHans and I, we do like to have tea from time to time. We play croquet every so often. We play a little bit of bridge. We like to go to the pictures and say God Save the Queen together. We drink a lot of tea together. None of these things are true. I'm just trying to be as stereotypically British as possible. It's a small country, but we actually don't know each other. We don't all know each other. So anyway, Easy, going to be bringing the British forces. First time on stream today, so I'm very excited to see them. Of course, the AEC, all the rage since it was buffed in the last patch. So that's pretty exciting stuff, and I do imagine that we'll see it. It does seem to be like pretty standard these days to be going for that. HelpingHans going to be going Grenadiers into Sniper, reasonably standard stuff there. Seemingly Easy has locked in his commander straight away. He's gone for the Vanguard Operations Regiment, so I'll just leave those abilities on the screen just for a second so you can familiarize yourself with those. I'm sure that you probably know this commander by now, one of the most commonly picked British commanders, and we've got our first scuffle just beginning now on the right flank. Squad of Grenadiers going to get up into this building. There's a nasty spit roast formation of Tommies here up all over them. So actually these Tommies could push forward into this building and that would set up quite a nice fight. But it looks like Easy's going to prioritise capturing this munitions point first. And these Grenadiers actually are fairly awkwardly positioned here. I don't think there's a lot that they're going to get done in the face of all these units. Vickers gun now entering the field for the British player. Remember, of course, the British units all cost 280 manpower, or at least all of their starting units do, so they tend to have fewer units, and that's reflected in the fact that he's just now beginning his Tommies, whereas HelpingHans is getting his 4th unit onto the field just now. Sniper going to be coming in here, claiming his first skull just now, firing from the south here, and Tommies are especially juicy, of course. They are very high manpower per model, so that Sniper stands to rank up incredibly quickly as he starts gunning down the plucky Brits. So... Let's see if HelpingHans can match the performance of Barton just now, who was, it's fair to say, pretty dominant with that Sniper. Made it up to like 50 plus kills before losing it on the doorstep of Stormless's base. That was pretty good times. So let's see. All of the British forces right now pretty much committing to the right-hand side of the map, and I suppose you sort of have to do this in the early game with Brits. You don't really have that field presence, although he could have sent one squad of Tommies to just start chewing up ground on the left, but the trouble is then you risk like losing the fight that gets taken in mid, and if you do that with Brits then you're just basically on the back foot forever. So I do understand why he's decided to put these units here. He could actually leapfrog this Vickers gun into this building to the south here, which I actually prefer. This building here has like got fantastic arcs if you're the north spawn player, but I don't know, I guess there is this Sniper out here just pinging Tommies down, so maybe that's why he's trying to preserve the Vickers there, leaving it in that building at the back. Tommies here going to get into a reasonable position. Actually, they're not technically in cover, so Easy needs to just move them to here. They're not getting their rate of fire bonus or any kind of a defensive bonus. They're still not getting it. He needs to move in. So that's a touch awkward here. Sniper now up to 5 kills. And a squad of Tommies, you can just see them on the minimap, have been forced back on one man. Platoon command post has now finished for the British player, so medkit upgrades are coming down on his base infantry. That's going to enable him to stay on the field a little longer with the reasonably brittle, at this stage, British infantry. Another squad of Grenadiers coming through here to reinforce. Hans playing it fairly standard right now. He's got the infantry company, he's got 3 squads of Grenadiers and a Sniper. Nothing out of the ordinary there, very conservative plays. I'm sure that this is a style which he's very, very comfortable with. And against an opponent like Easy, who's not, you know, super well heard of or super well known or kind of, you know, super top of the game, if you're a really good player like HelpingHans, it usually behooves you just to play safe. So that's what we're seeing right now. These Tommies here are going to come on out into some cover here and try and take a fight, but there's a lot of Grenadiers here. Where's the Sniper? Yeah, just poking in here from the south. You can see the Sniper if I rotate the camera a little bit. Bang! Claiming yet another British skull over here. And nice crossfire, though, for these British forces, making use of their rate of fire bonus from the cover that they've got set up here. Good sandbags here. In a nice position for the British player, but this Sniper is just going to tip this fight. Even if the Grenadiers have to fall back, this Sniper is just going to kite all day, and these Tommies aren't going to get much done. So to that end, the choice for Easy here, actually, he's going to go for the SAS Sniper, the 55 cal boys rifle equipped British Sniper. And I imagine he'll be setting that one to hold fire and trying to poke off the Wehrmacht sniper at his earliest opportunity. Always a risky move for the British forces, but pretty much the only counterplay they have for the sniper, other than the AEC, which I guess he doesn't have the fuel for, so he's going to be going for this SAS sniper first. I imagine we'll see the AEC research begin shortly, though, for the British player. That's pretty standard stuff. And hooray! I've just heard, you can just see this little message up here from my co-caster. He's online, he's ready to rock. So hopefully he'll be in for the next game, and then we'll be set for the rest of today's casts. Myself, Magpie842, and Festive Long Johns, bringing you the very best of Company of Heroes 2 this Sunday. Right, so we've got a little scuffle here on the right flank. Rifle grenade going to break the stalemate here. Bang! Claiming 2 Tommies there. Nicely positioned there from Hans, positioning it right on the concentrated 3 men of that squad. This Tommy needs to get out of here, actually. eZZzZ needs to pay some attention here. These 2 Grenadiers are going to take him down if he's not careful. There we go. There comes the fullback, and in good time. But there's a sniper out here somewhere, so he needs to be careful about leaving squads out there on low numbers of men like that. Turns out the Wehrmacht sniper right now playing it pretty passive, so he's okay for now. Tommy's actually making a good run down the left flank, chewing up a lot of ground. So that's one thing that's going eZZzz's way. I assume they'll get pushed back by this sniper. Yeah, he's going to move towards them immediately. 55 cal equipped SAS sniper. He's just chilling here in mid, waiting for an opportunity to get some work done. A Vickers gun set up with a really nice arc, actually. It's going to catch these Grenadiers in the arc. A touch awkward there for HelpingHans. Good damage. The DPS on the Vickers, of course, really, really fierce. So actually just gunning down Grenadiers in the open here. Meanwhile, on the left flank, these Tommies have been displaced by Grenadiers. The sniper here is in position. The incendiary round is going to come down, and that's going to be the first squad wipe. First blood! Or first squad wipey blood. Anyway. So yeah, the Wehrmacht sniper there using his Veteran C1 ability. For those of you who don't know, that makes him fire an incendiary round, which he fires, and it interrupts the cooldown of his regular shot. So you can fire your regular shot, kill a Tommy, then fire the incendiary round, kill a Tommy. And the great thing about the incendiary round is it basically counts as a special ability, so it almost always hits squads that are retreating. So vicious stuff there from Hans. Pretty standard tactics, but it's just really nasty. And a Tommy squad, a very expensive one to lose. Now, eZZzZ, realizing that the Wehrmacht sniper is not in position to counter his own, did take a few shots there with the 55 cal sniper. 2 kills on the British sniper, but HelpingHans now does know about that guy, so he's going to be forewarned about the fact that there's a British sniper on the field. He probably suspected it anyway, because otherwise there should be more squads on the field, but anyway. AEC research has completed, and we're going to see the British scout car coming on out to the field very shortly. And 222 scout car going to be the choice here for the Wehrmacht player. HelpingHans going to try and counter this AEC. The 222 not very good against the AEC, but it can finish it off if you get it from if you get like a Faust onto the AEC and then bring the 222 in from an unexpected angle. The 222 can do some work. So anyway, 222 for now, just going to be rampaging through the British lines, going to get some damage onto this Vickers gun team, but you can see in the background the AEC here just driving into the battlefield here. He's probably going to set that to prioritise vehicles. In fact, he doesn't actually need to. The first shot from the AEC going to be a miss. There comes the prioritised vehicles for the British player. He's going to be strafing nicely. He's going to pursue hard, so these Grenadiers are going to get a chance for a Faust here, but the 222 is going to go down in flames. The AEC successful there, and it has enough health that I think it'll easily be able to escape this fight, you would imagine, as I just pause for a sip on my drink.
Point is being overrun.
And so yeah, that AEC, pardon me, that AEC just going to be falling back for now. Hans is doing really well though. If I crack the oops, so we've got a fight here between the 2 snipers. We better cover that. So the 55 cal sniper revealed himself, taking a shot at these Grenadiers. HelpingHans not quite in position or fast enough with the Wehrmacht sniper to complete the kill. So neither sniper is going to die. This AEC is still being pressured though a little bit. Going to have to fall further back, and there are no Royal Engineers. Oh no, there are Royal Engineers. They're just now arriving. So Royal Engineers are going to be arriving. The AEC is going to be able to repair. But these Tommies down a 1-man incendiary round from the sniper, I believe. No, there it comes. The incendiary round. 45 munitions. Well spent. And Jefferson here going to be mowed down in his prime. Jefferson from Coventry. I knew him well. That's sad times for the British player eZZzZ, who now finds himself at 36 supply under 42. He still has his AEC. It's going to be repaired. He still has his sniper. He can heal it with the Tommies. He's not out of this yet. But if you look at the minimap, in fact, I'll tell you what, both players are like not fighting right now, so I will crack the tactical map. And you can see that basically Hans has a lot more units, he's got a lot more map control, he's got the triple cap, he's going to have double fuel in about a second. Actually, no, falling back these Grenadiers very quickly before the cap is complete, so maybe he suspects the Vickers is in position, maybe he suspects that the sniper was coming, I'm not quite sure, maybe he thought the AC was going to come for those Grenadiers, but he's not going to stay for that. But anyway, if you look at the bottom of the screen, the resource situation for Helping Hands, far superior to that of eZZzZ. So a big tech gap going to be opening up, and the British player very much now going to be fighting from behind. And that's pretty typical, to be honest, in the British versus Wehrmacht matchup. Pretty typical at this stage in the game. So, pardon me. And so this 55 cal sniper now up to 5 kills. Needs to be careful though, because he's just taking shots willy-nilly in mid, and he knows that there's a Wehrmacht sniper out here somewhere. Here he is. This apparently is Hans' favourite go-to point for his sniper to chill when he's not actually actively doing anything. I guess from here he can quickly access all parts of the battlefield with relatively good timing. So that's a good point to just chill your sniper on when you're not sure where you're going to need him next. So that's clearly Hans' like default ready point for his sniper, if you like. Hans is going to go ahead and choose a commander. He's gone for the Mobile Defense Doctrine, a very popular choice with Wehrmacht commanders everywhere. It's just a really good one. And he's going to use that commander to bring in a Puma, which he's going to try and counter this AEC with. In fact, he actually gets a pretty nice angle on this AEC. The AEC just floundering around in mid, rear armor totes exposed to the fog of war, which is never what you want. And let me just rotate the camera a little bit here. There we go. So for now, they're just going to face off against each other. We've got a command glider coming in here for the British player. That's going to give him the forward air landing field officer there. So the potent close combat infantry unit. Remember, of course, this guy does have the battle cry, which lets you move very quickly with all your units. And increases their damage, so a really useful unit, one of my favourites to use. And of course, even though you don't have the gammon bomb research, this guy does have the light gammon bomb, so he can mix things up in combat a bit with the heavy grenade there, which is pretty nice. GR 34cm mortar, going to be the weapon of choice here for Helping Hands. And I like that a lot. He can position it in mid. He's also got a pack gun, so that shores him up against armor, that with the Puma. And looks like we're going to have a pretty big fight here across a wide front here. The Puma's going to get stuck into these Royal Engineers. LMG 42 Grenadiers also here, so that's pretty nasty for these the boys from Wales here, the Royal Engineers. They're going to have to GTFO, I think. And here comes the here comes the forward air landing field officer as the Puma and the AEC exchange blows. Smoke going to be used on the AEC. That's going to fall back. The pack gun there in a really nice position. In fact, this AEC needs to be very careful. But the forward air landing field officer going to throw the gammon bomb onto the GR34. Boom! That's a heavy grenade, and he's very unlucky, I think, not to get the squad wipe there. Going to come around the fence, but a little bit too late here. He's not going to get the squad wipe. He's not going to get the squad wipe on this mortar. But that air landing field officer managed to fall back like a couple of grenadier squads and the mortar, so that's some pretty nice work there for the British player, who's beginning to make himself a little bit of space here in the middle of the map, which is kind of what he needs. AEC needs repairing ASAP, and to that end, yeah, he's going to link up with the Grenadiers here, sorry, with the Royal Engineers, and the forward fallback on the command glider being pretty useful for the British player. So if I bring up the tactical map, you can see he's put his command glider here, which means that all his units are going to be falling back here, which basically means in this direction they're going to be falling back like this. So that basically means that any fights he takes in this area of the map, like to the right of this road, are going to be really good. Any fights he takes to the left of this road, that fallback point's going to be a bit treacherous, and it may expose his units, his falling back units, to unnecessary squad wipes. We'll have to see how that pans out, but he needs to be wary of that fallback path. But that may well be fine. Langriskaya typically goes into the late game, and the battle is usually about controlling just the middle victory point. So we'll have to see if that command glider is actually going to be an inconvenience or not there. I think he'll be fine with it. 55 cal sniper getting some more work done, up to 8 kills, that's nice. He has 1 star of veterancy, so he can now use the vehicle disabling shot, which is going to really help if the fight between the Puma and the AEC starts coming up. Vickers gun here in a really nice position actually as well. And is it veterancy 1? Yeah, veterancy 1. Look at the range on that Vickers gun. I think it gets like 25% extra range, which is like utterly brutal. Whoa, these Royal Engineers kind of getting a bit hung out to dry here. The LMG 42 Grenadiers are going to make short work of them, 2 squads thereof, and both snipers getting involved in this fight. Helping Hands just playing it really cautious with his sniper, keeping him back for now. More kills racking up though on the SAS sniper, who's nearly at 2 stars of veterancy. Well, he's at 1.5 star of veterancy, and at 2 stars, I believe, yeah, he gets the increased survivability. So 2 stars is the most important one, I think, for the SAS sniper. Well, I suppose actually the vehicle disabling shot's pretty good too. But anyway, AEC here, going to try and get some work done. Whoa, needs to be careful about chasing though. There could be Fausts coming out here. Anything could go wrong. That's pretty dangerous times. And I have to say, actually, eZZzZ beginning to put up quite a fight here. The early game did not go his way as he lost a couple of squads, but Rifle grenade nicely dodged by this air landing field officer, taking minimal damage there. He must have either heard that or just been flukily moving, but the mortar getting some work done. That GR34, nearly at 1-star veterancy, so doing some work already. Here comes the next round. Oh, killing 2 men of that squad. The sniper, pardon me, not in position to capitalize, so the forward air landing field officer is going to escape. 55 cal sniper here, just chipping away at the manpower, and we've got the old Ostrupin reserves being called in. The 6-man swarm squad's always going to be really good for getting rid of snipers, but a Panzerfaust comes down. The AEC is stricken here, and smoke going to be used from the Puma here, who's going to try and attack ground to try and find the AEC, but it's not going to be any good. The AEC is going to reverse out of there, and I imagine both those light vehicles are going to survive. Keep an eye on the minimap for more on that. Whoa, a 6-pounder here, massively out of position. I imagine that's just a bad rally point, and that's going to be a donation here. HelpingHans picking up the British anti-tank gun almost immediately. That was a bit of a mismove here from eZZzZ, and I believe that puts him behind again. He was just kind of getting back. Also, this Vickers gets set up to take out the Ostrupin, but the Grenadiers in its flank going to use a rifle grenade. Bam! Getting some good damage there, and that will have to be a fallback there for the MG. SAS Sniper, though, still doing well from the back here, so I have to credit where credit's due. eZZz's micro with this British sniper so far has been reasonable. Boom! That guy just got blown into bits. 55 caliber is going to turn you into soup. That is not what you want. That's always going to ruin your war. Spicy little scout car back here, waiting for some repairs. Where are the Royal Engineers? Oh, they appear to have died. Sorry I didn't catch that on the camera. Where did that go down then? Hard to say. Anyway, Sniper here, going to get one last shot onto this Vickers gun. And GR34 in a nice position, actually. It's going to counter this Vickers pretty well. So a moment of calm here, but the British forces are down at 36 supply under 73, and HelpingHans isn't rushing. Like, look how cautiously he's playing. So I don't think anything's going to go wrong. I mean, this is what happens when you get a player who's very good at the game, taking on a player that he doesn't necessarily know but thinks he's better than. Safety is always the watchword, you know. The better player, or the one who at least thinks he's better, will always approach the game cautiously, never overcommit, try to preserve all of his units, just take more efficient fights, battle after battle. AEC here, going to come on into mid, but the Puma gets a couple of nice, or gets one nice hit on it at least. It's going to kite back, and remember the gun on this AEC now does do pretty decent damage to infantry. The 55 cal sniper's here, and he may be able to use the vehicle disabling round. He's going to use the vehicle round on the Puma. Bang, there it goes. The engine on the Puma is busted, but the AEC is being forced back by all of these Ostrupin, who are actually going to get the kill. Actually, well, was that the Puma who got the kill? No, yeah, the Ostrupin get the kill there using the Panzerfaust, but that's brutal times. Wow, and that puts the British player eZZzZ under a whole ton of pressure. Without the AEC, his position looks nowhere near as secure, and now we've got the Panzer IV command tank coming in, and there's just no answer right now for the British forces. A Cromwell is on the queue, and the Cromwell will deal with this Panzer IV, given a fair fight. But I doubt whether Hans is going to give him a fair fight, and there's a decent window of time where this Panzer IV is just going to totally police the field. If he wants, he can push to the command glider here, and I bet he will, or he should. He's going to find this sniper here as well. Oh, dearie me. Going to turn the vehicle, I think, to try and... because the turret jam has come down, but... Sniper's going to get out of there. The forward fallback point has to be turned off on the forward command glider, and things looking pretty grim right now for our British player, eZZzZ. Hans now taking mid. He's taking the right-hand fuel point. The sniper is up in a really great position here. The GR34 is pushed into a good position. There's a nice fan of Grenadiers. The Panzer IV command tank is giving everyone the defensive buff. It's just looking like a smooth, well-oiled operation here for HelpingHans, who's really beginning to flex his muscles here in this game. And let's just rotate the camera here, and you can survey the battlefield from the point of view of the British forces. It does not look good. Pretty intimidating out there. Of course, the Puma never died, so that's still out there. The 55 cal sniper doing what it can, but this command tank can take a dive if it wants. And here comes the Cromwell. So we're going to have a tank battle here. Oops, I reset the camera to its regular orientation. Tank battle's going to be coming down, but I mean, there's a Puma, there's a Pat gun, there's a Panzer IV command tank, and you know, turns out that one SAS sniper is not going to be enough support to make this anything like a fair fight. So the British player's going to have to be incredibly cautious here. Oh no, he loses his last unit of Tommies as well. So that's pretty gross times there. The Puma, the Pat gun, getting hits on the Cromwell, which is now down on virtually no health, and yeah, HelpingHans really, really, really doing well. And I have to say, I'm kind of happy to see a British player do really well in the tournament. I mean, you know, like HelpingHans' nationality is British, not that he's playing as the British forces. But anyway, yeah, the SAS sniper's going to get gunned down by the command tank. Pack gun there, nailing the Cromwell through the front armor. And that is going to be enough for eZZZ. He has seen enough. He's going to choose this moment to GG out of the game. And it will be HelpingHans who advances through to the next round of this tournament. So